Hello. Today I'm going to go ahead and talk about something I haven't discussed in a while, and that'd be under home theater. I haven't really covered anything with home theater on my channel in quite a while. So the topic that I'm going to be covering is 3D Blu-rays. Where do you go from here? For those of us here in the US, it's pretty much foregone conclusion. They've stopped releasing 3D titles other than, I think that maybe they'll do a once in a great while a certain set movie for it or whatever it might be. But that's pretty much dead for the most part here in the US. Now, the good news is that the 3D format is still very much alive and well in other parts of the world, such as Europe and parts of Asia. So what you can do is, if you're still wanting to pick up new releases and new titles, you can go to, say, Amazon UK, the British version of Amazon, and you can order new releases from there. Now, some people are going to say, hey, well, wait a second, is it compatible with my player? Well, the good news is the majority of Blu-ray releases are what are known as region-free, which means that they are designed to play anywhere in the world on any Blu-ray player in the world. So it doesn't matter if it's from Europe, Asia, the Americas, as far as the Blu-ray region coding is concerned, because they're going to play on any given player that you put them in. So, but what you do want to do, you do want to make sure and double check before you place an order for a given title, because quite honestly, Amazon is terrible as far as listing whether or not something's region coded or not. They'll either say, oh, it's all region coding, it's not going to work on your player, or worse, they'll tell you, oh yeah, this will work no problem, and it ends up being region coded, and then of course you're screwed. So what I recommend in these situations, probably the best website I've found as far as determining region coding is on Bluraycom. Bluraycom, if you go in there, you can actually, if you look in the search bar, you'll see for titles there, it actually has a flag. And, by default, it's set on the American flag there. So you're going to end up with, just what's available here in the US. But if you actually click on that flag, you can actually pull up by different countries, so like in my case, I always pull up the British flag and pull up England, and you take a look at the releases that are available there. And then you can look under the review and description of the movie, and they'll let you know whether or not it is region free or what regions it's coded for. So it's pretty accurate. I don't think it's ever let me down, and I've probably ordered about 15 to 20 different titles from Amazon UK over the last few years. So it's a really good site to go to. That way you can double check and make sure that you've got at least a reasonably good assurance that it is a disc that's going to be compatible with your American Blu-ray player. So after that, you can go to Amazon UK. There's another site. It's called, I believe, Zavvi, Zavvi.com. You can go to them. Sometimes they'll periodically run specials, just like Amazon UK will. 3 to 4 times a year, Amazon UK will run specials on their Disney, Pixar, and Marvel films. So if you're interested in any of those titles, which a lot of people are, and getting them in 3D, it's a great way to do it, just to keep an eye out for their sales. As I said, they do it about 3 or 4 times a year, and then you just go in there and just kind of do a bulk order. The good news is, as well, is that Amazon UK will go ahead and, at first, it's going to show you the price in British pounds. It's going to show you the shipping fee in British pounds. But once you go through and just before you check out at the end, it's going to go ahead and convert it over and show you the US dollar value there. And so it goes ahead and does all the conversion stuff for you. You don't have to worry about, converting currency or anything like that, like, you used to have to do. So it's really great because that way all you have to do is just pay for it as is. They'll go ahead and take care of the currency conversion process for you and everything. So in the case of, the last order I made, I think I ordered Black Panther and Captain Marvel in 3D. And I ended up getting them, I think, for somewhere between $11 and $12 a disc, with shipping included. Now, granted, of course, you're not going to get the 2 to 3 day prime shipping on that. It's going to take about 2 to 3 weeks for it to get over to you. So it does take a bit longer. The other thing to be aware of, and this is just a concession you'd have to be willing to make, you're not going to end up getting a digital copy with these. And even if you did get a digital copy, it wouldn't work because, Europe and Asia use a different system than what we do over here. You're not going to find the, Voodoo or whatever it is that you decide to do it, or Disney movies anywhere, or any of that stuff. So anyways, you're going to go ahead and you're going to have to make that concession if you want to. But as I mentioned, you can get some really great deals. I mean, titles that here in the US, they're hard to find now because they're, basically out of print, and people are wanting 20 to 30 bucks for. You can find the same title if you get the, the UK version for 11 to 12 bucks on sale. As I said, you can, use a site like Amazon UK. I've even heard of some people using Amazon's India site in some cases, although I'd be a little more wary of doing that one just because of the nature of the country and everything. And yes, I lived there for 4 years, so I say that as somebody who used to live there. So anyways, it's one of those things where, there are options for you. There are also other European sites. There's Spain has a website out there, and you can get them from them sometimes on a good deal. They have an Amazon Spain site. They have a site for Germany, for the Netherlands. And so, sometimes it's just a matter of branching out and figuring out what your options are. I feel pretty safe ordering from Amazon regardless of where it's from. Generally speaking, though, my experience is limited to Amazon UK just because they've always been very dependable for me and had lots of good reviews on them. So they tend to be my go-to site, but I can branch out and go to some of their other sites in other countries if they've got a really good sale or deal going on. The other advantage is that there are titles that were released in 3D, even when it was, going on over here in the US, that they released over in Europe and Asia, but they didn't ever release in 3D over here. For example, I have a copy of Big Hero 6 in 3D. Which was, a semi-popular, Disney animated film. And it's a fun experience in 3D. I'm not going to say it's earth-shattering, but, you can pick it up for 10 to 12 bucks on sale or whatever. What the heck? You might as well get it. I ended up finding Cars 3 in 3D. The third one was never released in 3D over here in the US, and it works just fine once again. So as mentioned, not all is lost, as far as 3D, for those of us who are still looking to get new content, continue on with the format and the hobby. I love it because, I've got a projector and everything, got some good solid active 3D glasses that Samsung makes. And so I'm always, looking for a deal on new content. And, so anyways, this is just gives you an idea of, if you're sitting there thinking, well, great, what do I do now? I can't get any more new movies in 3D. Well, yes, you can. You just have to order them from an overseas site and just make sure you're using a reliable site and do, of course, your research, make sure it's region free. So anyways, once again, it gives you an option. You can go ahead and go that route and still get some great 3D content and pick up some unique titles that you can't get here stateside or never could get here stateside, other than through scalpers basically on Amazon, who basically are doing exactly what I'm telling you to do, which is to order it from their European websites. But of course they're going to charge you a mint and a premium for the privilege of that service. So you can just go ahead and just do it yourself, order from overseas, and get good deals on it, even by US standards. It's just a matter of timing and sales. So anyways, that's all I've got, and thanks for watching.